Hi everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, and how do you do? How do you do today? It is a beautiful sunny day outside and it's warm. I can't wait to get outside and do some fun things in nature. Do you like nature? Nature is outside with all the beautiful plants and trees and animals, which I love. And so I thought we'd talk a little bit about nature today. I have a book I want to read you. We'll sing a song together, and then I have something that I did at home that I wanted to show you that maybe you want to try at home with Mommy and Daddy. So are you ready? Let's get started with our book. This book is called Good Night, Little Sea Otter, and it's by Janet Halfman. That's the person who wrote the words, and it's illustrated by Wish Williams. Isn't that interesting? The person who drew the pictures, the first name is Wish. I've never heard of that before. That's pretty cool. So let me show you the pictures here. This looks like it's going to be a really good book for pictures. You know how much I like the artwork and stories because it makes me feel like I'm actually there. It transports me to whatever the story's about. So this has to do with, what do you think? Sea otters. And it looks like there are two of them right there. I wonder what's going to happen. Good night, little sea otter. As the setting sun kissed the kelp forest, little sea otter snuggled on Mama's chest. Mama fluffed her fur until she looked like a brown powder puff. Then it was bedtime, but little sea otter wasn't ready to sleep. I forgot to say good night to the harbor seals, she said. So there she is with Mama, and she's getting ready to go to sleep, but she wants to say good night to the harbor seals. Harbor seals live in the water there. Let's see what happens. Little sea otter waved her soft, silky paw toward the rocky shore. Good night, harbor seals, she squealed. Good night, little sea otter, they snorted back. Aren't they cool looking? Oh, I would love to see them harbor seals. Oh. And when it talks about kelp forests, that's underwater forests made of things like seaweed. Then loud barks bounced across the wave. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, I can't forget the sea lions, said little Otter. Good night, Father Sea Lions. Good night, Mother Sea Lions and baby sea lions. Sleep tight, little Sea Otter. Oh, oh, barked back the sea lions. Look at that. There are so many. Oh, I'd say we should count them, but I think it would take us a long time. Do you see? They're big, they're small, there's probably mommies, daddies, babies, and right over here is the sea otter with Mommy. Ugh. I wonder if she's going to go to sleep or if she needs to say goodnight to someone else. What do you think? I guess we'll see. A seagull swooped down to check out the commotion. What's this ruckus about? Squawked the seagull. It's bedtime, Mama said. Good night, seagull, her little pup called. Well then, little sea otter, good night, squawked the seagull, flying off to find a good resting spot. Okay, time to lie down now, said Mama. But before she could say another word, little sea otter dipped her furry face into the chilly water. Oh, see that? There's Mama and the little sea otter. There's the kelp forest. There's the seagull. I wonder why she stuck her face in the water. Do you think maybe she was washing it or she was going to do something else? Good night, orange fish and yellow fish and purple fish, she called. Good night, striped fish and spotted fish. Good night, long fish and short fish. Good night, little sea otter, all the fish bubbled and blurbed. Wow, that's a lot of fish. So cool. So here she is peeking down into the water. She sees all those fish, and they say goodnight to her. Do you think she's going to go to sleep yet? I don't know. Seems like she has a lot of different animals to say goodnight to. Who else is down there, Mama? Little sea otter asked. Mama named creature after creature. Good night, sea urchins and sea stars. Good night, clams and crabs. Good night, snails and sea slugs. Little Sea Otter called to them all. Look at all the colors. It's so busy. There's so much under the water that we don't see when we're up on top, on a dock or in a boat. Look at all the things underneath. So it looks like there are crabs, sea slugs, oh my goodness, sea urchins, starfish, all kinds of things. Good night, little Sea Otter. The entire ocean sang back to her. Oh my goodness, so many animals. Don't you wish you were there? Do you have a favorite? My goodness, looks like a type of shark and a stingray. Oh, and a jellyfish. Octopus. Do you see the seahorse? There are a couple of them, and a sea turtle. So many different animals. Do you see where Mama Sea Otter and the little Sea Otter are? They're kind of hidden in this picture. Do you see them? Oh, you're right. They're right up here on top of the water saying good night. I wonder what happens next. Little Sea Otter waited for the very last good night. Did I miss anybody, Mama? Yes, you did, she said, scooping her up in her paws. You missed me. Oh, good night, Mama, she giggled. So she said good night to Mama. Do you think she's done? Well, we'll see. With little Sea Otter tucked on her chest, Mama rolled over and over in the kelp. Soon they were both wrapped in ribbons of seaweed that would keep them from drifting away during the night. Wow, look at that. It's getting dark out. Uh-oh. Mama, I forgot to say good night to the moon and stars, said little Sea Otter. Good night, moon. Good night, big star. And little star. Good night, night. Little Sea Otter's eyes slowly closed. Do you think she's getting tired? I think so. I think she's probably pretty close to going to sleep. Good night, little Sea Otter, cooed Mama, kissing her furry head. Rock-a-bye, rock-a-bye, whispered the sea. Rock-a-bye. So she's finally asleep. Wouldn't that be fun to sleep on top of the ocean like that, just looking up at the stars and the darkness? That would be so cool. So I hope you like that book. So many interesting animals in here, and I loved little Sea Otter. She was so sweet for wanting to tell everyone good night before she went to sleep. Do you do that? Do you say good night to Mom, Dad, brothers, sisters, dog, cat? Oh, I bet they love that. I have a song for you too, talking about nature. The sun. The sun is important to nature. It warms everything. It helps things to grow. So this is a simple song we know, but I thought it would be fun to sing it together. And it goes, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Want to try and sing it with me? You think you can? Here we go. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh, you sounded great. That's a fun song to sing, and I hope it stays sunny all day. I think it will. So I told you I wanted to show you something I had made. This is kind of something interesting, and some of you may like it, and some of you maybe it's not, the type of thing that you'd like to do. But when I took Bruce, my dog, for a walk today, I found a bunch of wildflowers that I picked along the way. I didn't go into anyone's garden because it's never a good thing to pick things from someone's garden, things that they've planted, without asking first. But I did find some interesting flowers that I'm going to show you. So I found this one. This, pretty, isn't it? It's pink. You can see in the middle they have a bunch of things sticking up there. Can you see it? So I found that one. Of course, these are all over. I'm sure even in your lawn. Do you know what those are? Those are dandelions. So I found a couple of those and I picked them too. I found these. These are very cute. They're so little. Let's show you. Look, they're a little wilty now, but they're pretty little purple flowers that I picked. Picked that one, and I picked that one too. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to try and get some interesting leaves too. So I thought that was kind of interesting. They're little leaves, and I picked them. And what I did is I came back and I got 2 pieces of paper. I put one on the bottom, and then I took a flower and put it on top of the paper, and then I put another piece of paper on top, and I kind of squished. And what I did it with, I had a small glass with a flat bottom that I could use. You might have something like that. You might have a rolling pin or something else that you could do. But what I wanted to do was push gently. And what happens is when you touch flowers, you can tell that they're, the way that they eat and drink is through their stems. Water comes up into the flower and feeds it and helps it to grow. So when you feel it, you can tell that there's some moisture, there's some water inside the petals. And when you squish it, the water and the color comes out and makes a picture. So I want to show you what I made. I found different flowers. Some flowers work and some don't. You can experiment. This was my best flower. I found that one. I put it face down on the paper and put a piece of paper on top, and then I used that glass to squish around. And look at the beautiful print it made. You can see the petals, you can see the middle of it. Now, if you see the yellow, there are a couple yellow here. Those were my dandelions. I was able to make them. I found a leaf that actually worked. Do you see the green? Not the whole leaf, but the outline worked. Those pretty purple flowers that I just showed you, look how they turned out. They turned out well. And then I wanted to show you something too. I told you that you need to be gentle when you do this. You know why? If you're not, with the liquid in the petals, it can cause it to rip. So look what happened to me yesterday. It actually ripped, and I thought, oh, I've got to be more gentle when I do the rest of these. So it's kind of fun to try something new, and I hope that maybe you might try this today and see if you can find any interesting flowers. All right? I hope you have an awesome day. I will see you soon. I miss you, and I love you. Bye.